is up, everyone, and welcome back to Across the Board, sponsored by MoneyBall Metrics. You have your normal Tuesday team here. Today, you have myself, Alpha Dog Bets, here with my guy, JD. From Line Movers, and below us, we have Hefe Picks. Gentlemen, big day in the sports world. Good night in the NBA last night, at least for me. I really enjoyed it. JD, how are you today?
Doing good, man. This morning has been very busy. So I have not locked in any plays. But so today on the show, we're going to see what I decide to log in.
I love that. Over the comments quickly, Red Hot Take is saying Warriors, big win for the Warriors, but the Rockets did cover. So if you had the Warriors on the money line or anything like that, great work. If you had the Rockets on the plus 3.5, great work there. What's up, Joe? Joe is here as well. We appreciate you, Joe. And Red Hot Take is asking, how many episodes do you think we've done? Next 30 days from now marks our 1-year anniversary of the show, JD. Wow. So I think we've got to be at least 200 episodes or so.
We have to be. The YouTube says we're, as far as videos, we've done 352. So those are not all daily ones.
Yeah.
But actually, like, most of them are, though. So, like, I mean,
we've done a lot of shows.
Yeah,
we've done a lot of shows.
It's been a few.
And there's a lot more to come. We have big things planned for the future, and we're excited you guys are all here with us. Joseph is here as well. Nice leadoff walks. Will Warren. Will Warren was a disaster yesterday. And that's a great way to segue, gentlemen, into our recap from yesterday. Hefe, I haven't even got to see how you're doing today, so we're going to go to you. How did you do yesterday? How was your recap? And how are you today? I know you're pumped up for tonight.
Yeah, doing great. Yesterday was actually really good. It was a great day. Other than the Yankees letting me down, everything else was great. Cavs was a snooze fest. Hit a remarkable money line on the Florida Panthers last night. If you watched the third period of that game, not even the third period, if you watched the last 5 minutes of that game, it was remarkable. They went from down 2-1 to winning 4-2 in a snap of a finger. God, I love Stanley Cup playoffs. And baseball was all right. Tigers got a Oh, I get it. Yes, it is the spring, Aiden. I don't know if you know about that where you're from, but we don't wear jackets in the spring. And sometimes women's coats are nice. Like, you could get a nice little deal on it. You could also do, nice little sizing options. If I'm a medium, I go for a large in women's. It fits nice. It's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I believe that Aiden is from, I actually believe it's Norway. So.
Oh, that's good. Have fun with winter, Aiden.
Wow. We love that. We love everyone tuning in from all over. We appreciate anyone from all over. I don't think Aiden's the Norway one. Aiden, if you are, let us know. But I don't believe that's Aiden. He could be. JD, how was your recap yesterday?
It was good. I went 2-3, but it actually was a positive day because the 2 plays that actually did hit were my 2 larger plays.
There we go.
So, yeah, everything was good there. That was the Braves team total over. That one actually got there nice for us. And then that Cavs and the Heat full game over, even though the Heat totally did not show up. The Cavs helped us out there and scored a bunch of points for us. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Love that. I'll go next. I swept in the NBA. The only free play I had yesterday was the Yankees, which was one of my only 2 losses. So I had a big day, but we didn't put out a free play winner, so we have to get that fixed for today. So let's get into it. Hefe, before we get into the daily MLB breakdown, our guy Aiden has a question for you. NHL prediction. Hefe.
Okay. I know. I'm thinking. I still believe in the Edmonton Oilers. I really do. They showed me some good fight in the last few games. I don't even know if Game 5 is tonight. Let me look.
Yeah.
It is Game 5 tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, tonight. God, 10 o'clock. Pivotal Game 5 back in LA. Aiden, I love a team that I did this last year. I love a team that makes it a cup and falls short. The Panthers did it yesterday. Yesterday. Geez, the Panthers did it last year, or 2 years ago they made it to the Cup, fell short, then made it back to the Cup and won. Oilers last year, I thought showed a lot of fight. I think they took the Panthers all the way to 7. At the end of the day, you need your best players to play the best. And right now, McDavid and Draisaitl are doing exactly that for Edmonton. If they get past LA, they are live to go deep in this finals. Opposite side in the East, I'm always scared to take the Leafs, and they're getting a really easy first round matchup with the Sens. But right now that the Panthers are playing their exact brand of hockey, and with Marchand added to the Chuck to that team with already Ekblad, they're going to be in Barkov. And if Bob keeps playing on his head like he is right now, Panthers are going back to the Cup, and they have a great chance to repeat.
We love that. Yeah. We love that. So Hefe did breakdown. JD, do you have a breakdown for it, or do you want to move right into MLB?
For tonight, there is a couple plays that I am actually eyeing here. But the one that I'm definitely going to be on is going to be the Hurricanes, the Carolina Hurricanes. Give me actually them on the puck line, -1.5. You can still get that at even money now. As far as the series tonight, they are actually going to close it out, and I see them winning by at least 2. So
there we go. Let's see a big performance there. Let's see the Canes get it done. All right, fellas, big slate today. We're going to start off in the MLB. You guys ready to dive in?
Let's do it.
Let's get it. First game we're going to be breaking down is going to be the New York Yankees taking on the Baltimore Orioles. Will the New York Yankees bounce back after yesterday's disappointing performance? Starting for the Yanks is Carlos Rodon. Rodon is 3-3 on the year with a 3.5 ERA. In 36 innings of work, he's allowed 20 hits, 18 walks, and has given up 5 homers. On the other side, we have Kyle Gibson making his season debut. Yet again, season debut, so we do not have any numbers on him this year so far. JD, I'm going to actually start with you on this one. Do you like to fade a pitcher who's making their season debut, kind of like how Gibson's doing in this spot tonight? What do you think?
Honestly, I like to just kind of not even have a play. I like to watch and see actually like what's actually going to happen. As far I honestly for him, I have not even dove in as far as any like minor league starts. Do you know if he's like had any or like what he's done?
Let's see if I can pull any of that data up.
Because I haven't even seen any of that. So yeah, as to start off here, as far as actually like model goes, it says to bet the over here. Like it like loves it. As far as the Yankees, I am expecting them to actually tonight to kind of like hit a little bit more. But as far as the O's go, I still don't really trust their like bats. And actually,
they had one swing last night. They won the game off a 3-run homer. They had one swing. That's what got them there. It's not like they did anything else throughout the game.
And then I believe that Rodon has actually passed 2 starts. I believe have both been on the road. Yes. And actually, like he's been pitching well. So the over, I mean, like the numbers say to, but like I'm like not. I just don't really trust that. And then also in the last 10 games, both of these teams are 3-7 to the under. So yeah, that's why I'm going to stay off that. This would actually be a Yankees play or either pass here. Like I said, as far as actually like Gibson goes, I just don't know what to really expect there. So actually, that's why I'm going to stay off.
I don't blame you there. And I mean, Gibson's an older pitcher, right? He's turning 38 this season. So starting, your season a little bit late, not having a full spring training to get rolling, going up against the Yankees team that should be able to hit him well. This Yankees team has seen Gibson a ton in his career. So I do expect the Yankees to have a big performance here, to have a big win here. So that's exactly what I'm going with. It's not a best bet, but I do think the Yankees will have a big performance. Before I go to Hefe, part of my J is saying the Kings just hired a new coach. Kind of. They just retained the interim coach and gave him a long-term deal. So the guy who was coaching them the rest of the season has kept his job. They're retaining him. So it's kind of like a new coach, but they're keeping the guy who has been there. Hefe, Yanks, Orioles, what you got?
One with the Yankees here. I think yesterday we saw a Yankees team that was tired. Playing a doubleheader on Sunday against the Blue Jays. If they won both games, and have to hop on a bus, train, whatever they take. I doubt it's a plane to Baltimore, but it might be. And then have to face an Orioles team. They just look dead. They had a little bit of life there in the eighth inning. They got back into the game 4-3, a couple doubles, but ultimately couldn't get it done. Um, Tonight, Rodon on the mound against an Orioles team that we consistently speak about struggling. I like the Yankees here in this spot on the money line.
Yeah, I think the Yankees need to get it right. The Orioles have not been good, like we said. We broke this game down yesterday, and I was very excited for that Yankee game. Pretty disappointing performance, not going to lie. I'm sure some of you guys out there feel the exact same way. I have a feeling there was a good amount of people on the Yankees yesterday. I do think they still win this series. The only way the Yankees can win this series is by winning today and tomorrow. It's a short 3-game set, so I do think they get back on track and win the last 2 games of this series. Let's keep it moving, gentlemen, to the next game on the MLB slate, which is going to be the St. Louis Cardinals taking on the Cincinnati Reds. Pitching for the Cardinals is Miles Mikolas. Tough year so far for Miles Mikolas. He may be edging closer to Hefe's gas can of the year list. He's 0-2 on the season with a 5.7 ERA in 23 innings of work. He's allowed 27 hits, 9 walks. However, he has kept the ball in the park. He's not allowed a homer yet this year. On the other side, Brady Singer, who's kind of picking up steam, doing a great job now that he's over with the Reds, formerly of the Royals. Brady Singer is 4-0 on the year with a 3.6 ERA. In 27 innings of work, he's allowed 22 hits, 9 walks, and 3 homers. Hefe, we're going to start with you. And what do you like in the Cardinals, Reds in tonight's game?
Oh, I like the Reds here. Singer's been pitching really well, 4-0 on the year for them. You went over Mikolas, not pitching too great for the Cardinals. Also, the Cardinals' past 2 games they've lost, scored 1 run each. It's 2 runs total against the Reds team. They beat up on some bad teams, sweeping the Rockies, win against the Marlins before that, on the Cardinals last night. They won 5 games in a row at home. Loving the Reds here. Better pitcher on the mound, hotter team. Give me the Reds.
JD?
I mean, you have a hot team here, and then and actually then a cold team. This number on the Reds, it definitely looks a little bit cheap. For the Cardinals, though, as far as actually pitching tonight, our guy Miles, he has been in the league for a long time now. Not sure how many seasons, but it's definitely over 10 now. But his like numbers look really bad. But when you really dive into him, he had one really bad start. I think it was against the Red Sox. Yes, he actually gave up 9 runs there. So if you take out that start, his numbers really aren't that bad. I will say, as far as the Reds, as far as actually this current lineup tonight that he's going to face, they have hit him pretty damn well. But to say that also, he actually faced the Braves last time, and actually that lineup has also hit him very, very well, and actually he held them down to 0 runs. So anyway, what am I saying here is I don't think that he's quite as bad as what most people think. I'm not saying he's good, but I just don't think he's that bad. I would definitely have to lean Reds here. But just looked at it, I'm not sure if this game is actually going to be played.
Yeah, that's I was going to bring that up.
Let's say it looks like the weather tonight there is not going to be good. So
wait. Hold on, let me find the thing. Where is the thing? Well, JD, you're going to have to deal without the thing. Because nope, you got the thing.
But yeah, I mean, it's like really looks like there's a chance of storms like throughout the entire game here. Yeah. So unless something changes, this one may not even be actually played here.
Yeah, I think it may. One thing I do want to add for this game, we talked about this yesterday on the show. The Cardinals were 2-11 as a road team coming into the game yesterday. They're now 2-12. They have a pitcher on the mound today who is 0-4 on the year who has not been able to get it right. That to me is a double whammy. A, the guys on the road, B, the pitcher's inferior to the other pitcher. The Reds, like we said yesterday, are 7-6 at home now. They are the much better team. If the weather does allow it, I am going to be taking the Reds on the money line. I am going to wait a little bit to see how the weather does play out throughout the duration of the day. It's not going to be on my initial MLB card I send out to my clients. However, like I said, if the weather holds up, I will be on the Reds in this spot. 2-12 are the Cardinals on the road this year, and Michaelis can't do anything, it seems, early on this year. So that's exactly what I will be playing. Hefe, over to you.
I already did it.
I think it's already gone.
Well, then you already did it. Then we're ready to go.
I already said Reds money line.
There we go. Perfect. JD, you ready to go as well? Any additional bets you want to give on this one?
No.
Let's keep it moving. And for full transparency, I am having slight audio issues. That did happen again last game, so if I missed something, I do apologize, trying to make sure I can hear everything. Let's keep it rolling. I don't care what you say. I only care what JD says. Let's keep it rolling, gentlemen, because now we're going to be moving into the part of the show I think everybody is excited for the most. We're going right in to the NBA playoffs, and we're going to be starting with the Bucks taking on the Pacers. Guys, we all know the storylines in this series. At first, it was Damian Lillard with his blood clots. When was he going to return? Oh, give me 1 second here, because now Siri wants to pop up on my laptop. So give me a second here, because I don't think you guys can hear me. There we go. Apologize for that. Damian Lillard, blood clots. We weren't sure when he was going to be able to play. Then he came back, and unfortunately does look like he ruptured his Achilles. Does look like it's going to be a very long recovery. He's definitely not going to be back for the series. How do the Bucks respond? How is their mental state going into this game? We all know they are down 3-1 to Indy. Indy can close it on their home court tonight. Hefe, what do you think is going to happen in this game? Do you think the Bucks are going to roll over, kind of like we saw from the Heat yesterday?
Wow, what a crazy fallout. Let me start from the beginning. What a crazy fallout from Dame Lillard demanding a trade out of Portland. Let's go over what happened. Demands a trade out of Portland, tries to force himself to Miami. Portland says, no, not so fast. We're going to ship you to Milwaukee. Because of that trade, Milwaukee had to make a trade to free up some space. What was that trade, you ask? Sending Drew Holiday to the Boston Celtics. The greatest trade the Celtics never made was Damian Lillard to the Bucks, because it got him the piece that they really needed and were missing to go for a championship. You remember last year, Damian Lillard didn't play a single postseason game. He was injured before the Bucks made the postseason. This offseason, he played his first postseason game for the Milwaukee Bucks, and 3 games into it, torn ACL, blood clot in the late part of the regular season, just hasn't been great. Rumors and murmurs and whispers of Giannis possibly getting frustrated and asking out. That is a mess of a situation. Let me tell you something about a torn ACL. Dame is not going to be ready nowhere near the beginning of next
season. Is it an Achilles, not ACL? Even worse.
I'm sorry, Achilles. Even worse. He literally might not be ready till after. He might miss all of next season.
I think he's going to miss the entire year.
And let me tell you something. Where he is at his age, this might not be it in terms of like his NBA career, but it might be it as this iteration of Damian Lillard, because the next time you see him, he might be more of a sixth man than a starter. And that's really tough for a guy who was a great player in Portland and still is a great player. Tough break. Back to tonight's game. I think after something like that happens and the numbers show, the Pacers take it to the Bucks tonight. They win this game by double digits. I'll take the Pacers -8 to close them out. This team is all Giannis. That's all they got. And Giannis is playing amazing. He's doing all he can. But when it's 5-on-1, it's hard. I'm going to Pacers
and when you can't shoot, it's hard. When you need to attack every possession, get to the rim, that's the way you score. It's very taxing on your body and exhausting. He needs someone to help him shoot. I just don't see that coming or happening in this game. I'm going to be all over the Pacers -8. Yesterday, I was all over the Cavaliers on the big spread. We saw how that happened. I just think the Bucks are done. I think they're ready to go. And here's one more question. Before I go to JD, this is a question for you, Hefe. Is tonight the last time we see Giannis Antetokounmpo in a Bucks jersey?
No, I don't think right now is the time. I don't. I think he'll be in a Bucks uniform game 1 next regular season. I think next season is the season where you see the rumors getting crazy. It's going to be something that's being talked about. I think next summer is the summer.
See, I think it's going to be this one.
I don't think it's going to be this one.
They can't replace Dame. They're not going to be a playoff roster for next year. Giannis is going to want to go, and they're going to want to recoup the assets they can. You have to trade him as furthest away from the contract expiring as possible. The most value they can get is this offseason. They're going to be losing everybody. Brooke Lopez is already a Laker. I'm
I have
99% sure
to.
he signs with the Lakers. Who is going to be on this team with Giannis next year when they're
I
not going to have
have
the
to
cap?
see. I have to see his. I have to see does he have a no trade clause? Because if he has a no trade clause and he picks where he wants to go, I'm not positive who the takers are
He
going to
does
be.
not have a no trade clause. He does not have a no trade clause.
Okay, well that changes a lot then because I could see Miami being a team to pair him with Bam and Tyler Hero, but actually I think Tyler
Do they
Hero
have the
probably have to go
assets?
back. Well, the Bucks can't be looking for players at this point. The Bucks need to be looking for draft assets.
Yeah.
The Knicks are out; they don't have no draft assets.
Well, no, that's not true. I think they could do a package. I don't want this to happen, by the way. I don't think he fits what the Knicks are doing at all. But you could do a package of OG Anunoby and or Mikal
No.
Bridges along with a couple picks to make that work. But that's what the rumors are. I don't want that to happen, but the Knicks do have the capital to make it happen if they really
I
want to
don't.
make it happen.
I have to sit and think like really, really, really. What are like the viable options for him and where Milwaukee get? But
You know
I
what I
don't
was
think
reading
happens this
last
year.
night? I was reading last night viable options for him. And the number one team that people suggested, and they have the capital, is the OKC Thunder. They have all the picks in the
Uh,
world.
yeah, they have all the picks in the world. That would be
And
crazy.
that would be insane.
Probably have Jay
So think about
going
that.
back to the Bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So think about that. I'll leave you on
Speaking
that
about
one.
trades, man, after last night, I am so certain Jalen Green is being traded
We've said it.
immediately.
We've said it on the show.
It's just so evident to me that Sengun is who they're trying to make this team about. Fred VanVleet is a good point guard facilitator, and that Jake, do me a favor, shut the fuck up. Not today. And Fred VanVleet's a good veteran presence. They have so many young players that still need to develop. Thompson, I mean, Reed Shepard didn't even get any run this year. Jabari Smith, Eason, I think Green can be shipped out, and they need a veteran scorer. And I'm telling you, it has Kevin Durant's name all written all over it.
I can see it. I can definitely see it. JD, over to you. What do you like in Bucks Pacers tonight?
You know, I don't think it's going to be quite like last night. Like, I don't see this as actually like a Heat and Cavs game. But I do think that the Pacers win here and actually actually they actually go ahead and actually close this game out. That like number, it just keeps going up. To me, it's kind of getting a little bit big now. So I'm actually going to go about this game a little different. And I'm going to go with the Pacers team total over.
You've been playing that all series and cashing that.
Yeah, you can still get that at 115. I still think that is too low. They've actually gone over this all but one game, and that was the first game where actually they were on the road, and they just didn't play well. And actually, like, besides that, they have cleared this tonight. Like I said, I'm not sure like how many they actually win like by, but I think pretty much no matter what, even if the Bucks keep it close or if they blow them out, they are still going to get over this. So.
Yeah, I do think it's a Pacers. We will see how this one plays out. Should be interesting. I don't think it's going to be as bad as the Miami game, but I think it's going to get closer and closer to that as the game does progress. I do think that the Pacers probably win this game by 20 plus points. Legitimately, I think they do win it by that many points. All right, boys. It's time. It's time. Game 5 in the Mecca of Madison Square Garden. Our good friend JD, sitting below us, Hefe Picks, will be in the lower bowl, representing us, representing the show, and showing out for the Twitter Sports Cappers. Hefe, there's only one person who could kick this game off. Knicks are favored by 5.5. Jake is still crying from 2 days ago. Can you ease his pain and make him feel better?
No, I cannot actually. I've been going back and forth on this. Knicks were actually in the same exact spot last year, Alpha, if you remember, up 3-1, going home against the Sixers, and they lost and ended up winning it in Game 6. And I've been going back and forth because the Knicks, historically, in this spot, in a game that it's like, hey, man, you're at home in front of I don't care what anybody says, the best atmosphere in professional sports. In my opinion, when the Garden is rocking, it's literally rocking. Alpha's been to a bunch of playoff games to let you know it is rocking. And tonight, there is going to be an absolute energy unlike any other. It's already the most expensive round 1 playoff game 5 in NBA history.
Did you see for tonight, by the way? Did
Yeah.
you see so there's 4 total games tonight. The lowest price to get into the Knicks game is around $500. If you get the lowest price for one ticket at the other 3 games tonight, it is still cheaper than just going to the Knicks game. So you can go to 3 games tonight for cheaper than going to just the Knicks game.
Makes sense. Makes sense because the Knicks fans are hungry, man. We have not clinched a series at home since 1999.
Yep.
That would be the Eastern Conference Finals versus the
7.
Indiana Pacers. That's been a long time, guys. So, long time coming. With that being said, I think the Pistons are going to fight because that's what they do. The Pistons are fighters. But I think the way these last 2 games have been played and ended, physicality, questionable calls. I mean, game 3 was as about as questionable as you can possibly get in NBA history. Nobody even knew what to do with that random buzzer going off. Yeah, obviously game 4 with the no call on Tim Hardaway. I think tonight you're going to see a overly officiated game. Overly officiated. And I think that bodes well for the Knicks. Because the Knicks, I think, will be able to pick up some of those ticky-tack fouls that they're not getting. That they just don't get. I think the Pistons, they're getting good calls, and they're going to continue to get so. This is the one game where I think the Knicks do actually step on, the proverbial throat of the Pistons. I'm taking the Knicks -5.5 here. I think the Pistons will fight. But God, please, if anybody's listening to me, Knicks, please, for once, just one time, do not collapse in the third quarter. Just one time.
Every fucking game of the playoffs. It's unreal.
Because
it's
I
unreal.
will not care if we're up by 25 at halftime. I'm going to be still nervous about that third quarter. Just for once, show me you can weather a storm in the third. I think we win this game by 6 or more.
Yeah, I agree with you. I do think the Knicks are going to have a big performance. This one is very similar to the other games. I think that end of the last game for a very young team is going to be detrimental to the series. I think they needed to get one game in Detroit. They could not come back to New York down 3-1 and get it after getting swept at home. Everyone said this Pistons team was like the bad boy Pistons team of old. They're not. They are not. They're a young team that has not been able to handle their emotions very well. They have not been able to stay out of foul trouble very well. And the only player on their team who's been playing with a calm head and leading the team has been Cade Cunningham, who's still just a kid. So, to me, they don't have that veteran they need for the playoff experience. They don't have that guy who's been there and done it before. While the Knicks have won these spots before, the Knicks are the more talented team. The only way Detroit had a chance in this series was to get in the Knicks' heads, make it scrappy, and beat them. But the Knicks have matched that intensity. They've matched that physicality. And they have not let that get to them. If they're not able to do that in this game, I think the Knicks absolutely roll. So give me the Knicks -5.5. And let me put it out there again, guys. This is only my second play on this series. I've only bet one of these games so far where I took the Knicks. We cashed that. This is the second time I'm taking them in the series. I think they win by double digits. JD, what you got?
Guys, as far as this side, I think I'm going to stay off of. As far as this number, I really can't get there. I make the Knicks -3. So I just really can't. But as far as the Pistons, I don't know. Just from watching them play, I just can't get there actually, like on that side. As far as the total goes, as far as this series, if actually like you're into the zigzag thing, they've gone over, under.
Zigzag.
That would mean tonight would be an over. But like actually Hefe said, which I think was a great point, I think tonight you're going to see a lot of foul calls. I think that's just how it's going to have to be just from how last game was. And we're going to see some more points. So I'm definitely leaning over. I don't know how I'm going to bet this yet. I have actually looked at a first half here also. But I am going to be on an over in actually some type of way here.
Do either of you like any props? Because there's one prop that sticks out to me in this game that I absolutely love. Hefe, I absolutely love Karl Anthony Towns over 1.5 threes. I thought this line should have been at a 2.5 with the way he's been shooting, stepping up for this team. I think he's going to have to take a couple threes in this game tonight. You can get his over 1.5 threes right now at -130, and I think that's a slam dunk. What do you think about his over 1.5 threes?
Yeah, I like that. And I also like Cade PRA. I'll be very honest with you. I'm even taking my Knicks bias out of this. Cade's been playing great every single game, but it's 1-on-5. The other guys are extremely hot and cold. He had a good game from Shooter, then a bad game from Shooter. He had a good game from Hardaway, then a bad game from Hardaway. Beasley's garbage, trash, absolute, just doing more talking than playing at this point. And I just want to make one point because I get we talk about this series, moving forward anymore. I think the person to be blamed the most here, and who will get the most blame after the series is over, should be by far JB Bickerstaff, the coach of the Pistons.
Why? Why do you feel that way?
It's his job to keep everybody in control and calm and focused. He was the one that honestly was leading the erratic charge in both game 3 and 4.
Yeah.
He had no zone emotions. He was all over the place, screaming at refs, running up and down. I mean, he was bitching more at the refs than the players were. He had no composure. He did not keep his emotions in check, and his team followed suit.
Yeah.
If you see your coach compose, guys, we're not going to start bitching at the refs. We got to focus on the next play. Or you see your coach going off at the refs, right? Going crazy, bitching at them, screaming at them. Calls a timeout, doesn't even go to the huddle, goes first to the refs. The player's going to follow that energy. And that's what happened. I completely blame JB Bickerstaff. He's had no control over his emotions the entire series, and it's hilarious. After game 2 at the Garden, he goes on the presser, post-game presser, and goes, "We love physicality. We love how the reps are calling this. We're built for this. We can play this." And then what happens? Game 3 starts bitching. Oh, the refs, it's not fair. Game 4, I think he's still talking. Just ridiculous.
Yeah. 100% agree with you. I 100% agree with you. And I do think, as the leader of such a young team, like maybe if he was a coach of more veteran guys that could have been there before, they've done this, then maybe that's okay. But when you're leading a group of guys into their first postseason that are all on the younger side of the NBA, they're going to follow your lead. And I agree with you. I do not think he's done a great job in that aspect. My other question here is, because I do see Joe in the comments has put that he's taking the Pistons team total over 104.5. That scares me because the Pistons weren't able to shoot at home. Do you think their three-point shot's going to come back now they're at the Garden in this high-pressure elimination situation? I don't particularly think they're going to shoot very well. They didn't at home when they had a more comfortable game. This one to me is going to be tough for the Pistons to get points. I think the crowd tonight is going to be insane.
I'll put it this, Joe. I'm wearing all black funeral service attire.
If the roles were reversed and the Knicks lost, would your take be the same? So if they lost in game 4, I would still think the Knicks are going to win. I think he means on game 4. Do we think that they would win this game easily? Do you think they would play the same?
If they lost game 4, how would I feel about the Knicks in game 5? I would feel even stronger, to be honest with you.
I was about to say, like,
I would actually, at that point, this number will be lower, it would be closer to probably 3.5. And I would be because I would be screaming here back. It will be back against the wall mentality. The sirens would be going, and the Garden would even be more volatile. Tonight is not going to be a volatile crowd. It's always going to be a celebratory crowd, unless shit gets wild. But I have one.
Shit's going to get wild. They're going to try and do what they can. It's going to get crazy.
The one thing I'm worried about, the Pistons, if this game gets away from them, I actually think a real fight might break out. Because I think the Knicks have had it with them, and that's when shit's gonna get crazy.
Yeah, that's why the Knicks have to go up by 30 and get the reserves in.
To slug somebody in the face, probably Paul Reed, because Paul Reed thinks he's stuck. No, take that back. Not Paul Reed. Ron Holland. Let's talk about Ron Holland for a second. Who the fuck do you think you are? Go back to the fucking G League Ignite, you bum. Okay? Stand over my player again. Okay? Fucking Ron, hairline all the way fucking at the back of his neck.
There we go. Well, Hefe, we know how you feel about Ronald Holland III.
Fucking Ron.
Let's keep it moving. We have one more game we're breaking down today, which is going to be the Clippers and the Nuggets pivotal game 5 in this series that's tied up 2-2. Guys, we all know how this one's played out as well. Nuggets won the last game, 101-99. Crazy game. Game before, they lost by $1 billion. Game before, they lost by 3. Game before, they lost in overtime. Every game but game 3 has been a very close and entertaining game in this series. Hefe, one more time, we're going to start with you. Pivotal game 5. Whoever wins this takes very strong control of the series. Do the Clippers get it done on the road, or do the Nuggets get it done at home? What you got?
I don't think we talk about it. I don't think we spoke about it on the show yesterday. That buzzer beater by Aaron Gordon was as about as close as I think you could ever get in the history.
Did you think it was good?
At first, I thought there was
I didn't either, JD. I didn't either.
At first, I didn't think there was any shot in my head. I'm like, why do you have to dunk it? Just tap it, like why? But then when like they had that super close zoom in, I mean, literally, his hand was his right hand, right? He dunked in. His right hand was the last one that came off the ball. I think it came off a tenth of a second before. It was way too close to call. I think it was one of those, whatever the call was on the court, you stuck with it. If they would have called it no on the court, it would have been an overtime, and that would have been a totally different series. Well, people are not going to remember about this game because we're all going to talk about the buzzer beater. The Clippers had that game. The Clippers were up by, don't quote me, 25 at least at some point in the second half. And then the Nuggets just stormed back in the third, kept it going in the fourth, kept pressing, and put themselves in a position to win this game. Kudos to the Nuggets. This has been a great series. I think this series has 7 all over it. And I think we get the Clippers. I think we get a Clippers win tonight. I really do. I think on the road, Kawhi puts his cape back on. Harden keeps doing Harden things. Zubac has a great game tonight. Look out for the others. They have to play better. And the Clippers have to play better defense, flat out. Flat out have to play better defense, especially on everybody not named Jokic. Jokic is going to do whatever he wants to whoever he wants. Not your focus. The man can get triple teamed. It doesn't matter. Also, people are saying that Jokic saw Gordon and it was a pass, not a shot. That's stretching it. No. That was a shot. If that was a pass, he's the greatest player ever in NBA history, and he might be. But that was definitely a shot. I'm rolling with Clippers tonight. Boys, I think we roll with Clippers tonight. I think the Nuggets come back, take it in 6. And I think we're headed towards a good old-fashioned showdown for Game 7.
A little Game 7 action. We love to see that. I'm with you. I'm riding the Clippers in the spot. I do think they will have a big performance. And one other thing I like in this game. So, just to let you guys know, I did an article this morning for the company I do my articles for. I had 3 player props I gave out on this game. I want to go over them quickly. My favorite player prop on this game is Kawhi Leonard over 25.5 points. This is a road game for this Clippers team. When you go on the road, your best players have to be the ones who step up and make the shots. We've already seen Kawhi go off for 39 points in a road game. I think we see him do something maybe not that high, but I think he's going to definitely hit 30 in this game. This is Kawhi's game. Every time in the postseason when Kawhi's teams have been backed up against the wall, he's the guy who carries them along, and I do think we will see him carry them tonight and have a huge performance offensively. My second player prop on this game is Michael Porter Jr. under 13.5 points. I don't need to go over all the reasons of that, but let me tell you, this is a lower total than what we've seen in this series. It's only at 208. There's not enough points to go around for this team to focus and feature Michael Porter Jr. I do not think he will have high usage tonight. And my third and final prop is Nikola Jokic over 12.5 rebounds. I think he's going to dominate in the paint. The benefit to Jokic when he plays in these games is that Zubac stays in the paint. So on every possession, on every missed shot, he does have a very good chance of grabbing a rebound, and he should have no problem getting over the 12.5. So I have 4 plays on this game, all official plays. I have the Clippers money line. We have Kawhi over 25.5, Michael Porter Jr. under 13.5, and Nikola Jokic over 12.5 rebounds. Those are my plays on this game. JD, what you got?
Man, you have a lot of plays
on this game because I had to do an article on it. Absolutely.
Oh, man. As far as this series goes, I feel like I have talked about it so much. I think everybody knows by now, as far as a series bet, this was my largest bet by far. And actually, that was the Clippers to win this. I actually got that at plus 105. Guys, I think tonight is Clippers just all the way. And actually, then I think they end it in actually 6 games.
Wow.
If you really look at all these games, this actually could have been a Clippers sweep easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
I agree.
And yeah, tonight I think this line opened at actually Denver. Denver -1, and then actually there's and then actually that line flipped so fast,
like 30 seconds. I saw that as well.
And actually, I think that also tells you a lot there too. But to me, they are the better team. They are the much more deep team also, which I think tonight is going to play a big role. So yes, give me the Clippers, and that is by far my favorite play of the day.
I love it. Well, gentlemen, that's going to do it for our breakdown today, but you guys have seen this show before. You know there's more that we do on this show. So the next thing we want to go over is going to be our free trial to the Odd Shopper EV portfolio. Guys, make sure you're taking advantage of the 7-day free trial to get into the portfolio EV with Odd Shopper. And I believe JD has something for us to take a look at right now.
Yeah, let's just pull it up here.
Love it.
This is, let me just refresh, see what some of the current lines are. It's like Tatum, as far as his rebound line, under, and actually plus 110. That they're showing to be a really good bet. Derek White hit his actually like assist over. That looks like it has a nice edge. And then as far as actually Horford points over, looks like a nice edge there too. As far as overs, to be honest, you really don't see a lot on here because like overs, is just kind of what like everybody actually bets. So actually, like as far as unders, that's where you normally see a lot of. So as far as these two overs here, like I'm going to play those just because just because I don't see them here much. A few plays from actually this today that I have like already locked in though. Looks like our CLV on actually some of them have been good. A little down on some of them, but this kind of shows you like where as far as actually like Gibson here today is going to be under actually 4.5 hits allowed here. I actually locked this actually in at plus 149. It's currently plus actually 145. The biggest mover so far today has been on Jose here. I locked over his over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs at plus 147. And it is already down to plus 118 now.
Wow.
So that's good to lock in that one there. Just actually wanted to show you all these. Just show you some actually that I've actually locked in and just kind of like how that works. But that's something like you don't really – it's so easy to just not even like pick and choose. Just actually go to the enter all and just don't even like look at what – like just don't even look at what the bets actually are.
100%.
Just actually put them in and go.
Put them in and go. Best way to go about using it. So make sure you guys take advantage of our 7-day free trial. We're one of the few only that have it. Make sure you take advantage of it. Quickly, before we get into best bets, I do want to give a shout out to our guy Casper. I did just find out it is his birthday today, so happy birthday, Casper.
Happy birthday.
He is one of our friends and viewers who tunes in almost every single day, who lives out on the Faroe Islands. Didn't even know they had internet out there. So Casper, we appreciate you, brother. Happy birthday. Hope you have a fantastic day. And there he is. Happy birthday, buddy. We appreciate you. All right, boys. Well, now you know what time it is. We're going to be diving into our best bets for today, Tuesday, April 29th. Hefe picks. The man, the myth, the legend. What do you have today?
All right, I got 2 on the sheet. You know what I'm throwing in third. 2 on the sheet. Knicks, -5. No more words need to be spoken. Pistons go home tonight, or Cancun, or Puerto Vallarta, wherever you want to go, Aruba, Bahamas. I don't know where they want a vacation.
Come on,
Season's over.
Bahamas.
Next, Yanks. Good get back stock for the Yanks, to be honest with you. This line is moving, and I expect it to be moving very fast in favor of the Yanks. Before the show, we were at -145. Closer to the show, -150 on the money line, and now I'm seeing it -155, even -160 at places. If you're a Yankees backer, don't wait. Take this now. Those are my 2 plays on the sheet, and I'm throwing in the Oilers on the money line, even plus 100 odds. I saw 2 games in Edmonton where the Oilers had to dig in and fight. I like what they got going. I like the momentum they have going back to LA. Kings play a lot better at home ice, but I think the Oilers have what it takes, the experience to know, backs against the wall type of game. This is a big game for Edmonton. Give me the Oilers on the money line.
Let's get it. I'll go over my best bets next. I'll give you all 3 of my NBA plays. I only have 3 tonight. Pacers -8, Knicks -5.5, Clippers on the money line. Nothing else for me to say. JD, close us out, brother. Do what you do.
I am putting in bets right now because as everybody knows, I am not going to give out an actual best bet here that I have not bet. So I'm betting them right now. I just bet Clippers. I bet Clippers on the money line at actually -125. That's where I got that in. And right now,
you just put a mortgage on it.
Right now, I am putting in the Pacers. You can actually get a 115 flat actually minus 115, and that's where I'm going there also. So yeah, as far as my two bets for the show, going to be Clippers on the money line, then the TV to turn on, and then Pacers.
We almost made it.
Total over 115.
Well, fellas, that's going to do it for today's show. I believe. Am I missing anything, FA? Am I missing anything,
you're not missing
JD? I think I'm
anything.
on point.
I want to bring something up that you brought up yesterday. I want to take something back. I was wrong. After doing some research, looking online, seeing some AI videos, and hypothetical situations,
Oh, God.
I do not believe 100 men could take a gorilla. I think a gorilla would rip through 100 men in less than 10 minutes.
I agree.
I just wanted that on the record.
Unless JD's on the team. Unless JD's one of the 100, I'm taking JD. Straight up. I don't need anyone else. Just JD.
I did not realize how big a gorilla is. And yeah. Also, I want to say that I spent way too much time looking into what I believe Joe said yesterday about that you cannot pierce a gorilla's skin.
Oh, by biting it. By biting it.
I don't know why you tried that technique, but that is true. You cannot.
Interesting. I wish I had a graphic today to put up, but we do not have one today.
So
We
I
appreciate
wanna say
every
that
single one of you for tuning in today. Hefe, any parting words about the gorilla before we get out of here today?
No, I was wrong. I would die very quickly. I would be in the first.
You would die so fast, dude. So fast.
I would try to make my way to the back, like in that first episode of Squid Games, when you realize, holy shit, people are really dying. So let me move on to the back of the group. But my survival instincts aren't that great. I'd be dead in 10 minutes.
Yeah, I would be dead there with you. I don't think we're going to get out of there too much. And JD, any parting words for you before we get out of here today? Maybe about the gorilla. Maybe how you're going to challenge one-on-one to a wrestling match. Also, before we go to JD, I did hear a crazy theory. What if they take like 100 sumo wrestlers? I'm going to leave you all to ponder that. JD. Interesting.
That's like a little different.
A little different.
Yeah.
That's some mass being added. Being added.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's actually more like 200 men.
Oh, I feel like 300.
But the problem is they're slow.
I was about to say they can't move.
Yeah, but if they all line up in a circle and just, waddle into the middle, where's he going?
At this picture, and we got to get off because we could talk about this for hours. But first sumo guy, right? Gorilla immediately picks him up, rolls him in a bowl, and literally bowls him down. And the other sumo guys are like the pins, all falling down. Now they're on their backs; they can't even get up.
Oh, they're like turtle. I can't. Don't make me get going. I'm
Gorilla
gonna get myself.
is just bang, 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 like whack-a-mole.
Great visual for me right there. JD, for the love of God, say something so I can end it.
I kind of want to address Joe's comment, but I'm not. We're going to save that for another day. But yeah, guys, tonight is a great slate. It's actually looking like we're actually all going to have some actually big plays tonight.
Yep.
So I hope that everybody joins us all, and let's fucking win.
Let's fucking win, baby. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. We appreciate you guys. Peace.
Nixon 5.